Today we were looking at five Linux distros time forgot. Now, one or two of these distros might have come back with the same name, but usually it's a brand that's been bought up by a different company. But the initial original distro is usually long gone. So I'm going to start off this list at number five on Xandros. So Xandros Linux was Corel based, and that in itself was based on Debian Linux. And at the time, they used a highly customized edition of KDE with intention of making it easier for Windows users to move over to Linux. And this product was sold in they had a home edition, business edition, and eventually a free edition. And two of these, I believe, included editions of Wine as well to make Windows applications in theory run easier. Now, they also at the time created their own file manager that replicated Windows Explorer at the time, at least in look and feel. And for a lot of machines at the time, especially the Win modem times, those folks that had uh, normal modems that required some drivers. Andros was generally very good at that, at getting those working with a lot of other distros. You had to go and find the drivers and manually compile it. Xandros at the time was very popular and really it did have a couple of strange defaults at the time as well. I think at the time you could run anything as root and a couple of other weird nuances. But as more distributions came alive and came around, it gave Xandros a big run for its money, and it eventually disappeared when the original company changed its name and the original Xandros vanished into time. There is, since another company's been trying to bring back the Xandros name, but it's not quite the same distro. Number four, Nepus Linux, or simply Nepus, was also another Debian-based distribution created by Warren Woodford. It was a very popular, made using Debian at the time, really easy, really simple. It was overall a really great distribution. At the time, you could also get it in, you could get it with GNOME, and you could also with KBE, and it was really simple, friendly, and easy to use. Ever since then, the spiritual successors is basically MX Linux, where some of the fans of this distribution worked with another distribution, and the closest in spirit is, of course, MX Linux. Number three, Sabian Linux, or Sabian, was a very popular Gentoo based distribution, and it was awesome as it gave users that wanted to get into the Portage or Gentoo ecosystem an easier way of installing Gentoo. It had a graphical installer, live CD, and you could, if you wanted to at the time, install your system as a Sabian system and eventually transition it into a Gentoo system and rebuild your packages, etc. As time moved forward, in November, the Sabian team announced they were going to rebase themselves on Printer, which is a distribution similar to Gentoo, I believe by Gentoo's original founder, and that Sabian Linux would be rebranded. Number two, Lycaris Linux was a Caldera Linux-based OS, and it had a very similar XP look, as XP was quite popular at the time. And it was a really simple, easy to use distribution. Had its popularity here and there, was spoken about in some circles, and eventually the company was acquired by Mandriva Corporation in June 15th, 2005, and unfortunately, Lycaris Linux vanished into time to be no more. And the number one in Linux distro time is forgotten, Yggdrasil. Hope I pronounced that correctly. And this was what made this, apart from being released early in 1992, at least in December, was it was the first Linux distribution ever to give birth to the idea of live Linux CDs. So the idea was you would, like we do now, put in a CD and be able to boot off it and have a live Linux environment. It remained until the year 2000, when the company released a Linux open source DVD, but ever since then, the website was taken offline and this distribution is no more. So folks, if I've missed something, or you disagree with the list, or you have your own distributions, please let us know in the comments. As always, bye for now.